Hello, welcome to Save Federal Taxes Legally. I want to start with three questions. First question: do you want to leave a legacy for further for your people? If you do, raise your hand. Number two: do you want to save federal taxes? Again, raise your hand if you want to save that. Then the third question: do you want to know the secret of the rich? Again, raise your hand. My goal is to teach as many people, U.S. business owners, 1099 income earners, and U.S. investors how to save federal taxes legally with the Spendthrift Trust. For your information, it is legal. The trust I sell is copywritten. For the past 73 years, it's never been audited. And it's in the IRS Tax Code 643B, like Bravo. This is as legal can be. The law firm I work on behalf of had inherited a trust that turned 350 years old in 2023, before we were a country. Now, to give you a little bit of history about the trust, it does come from England way back when King Henry VIII started the Church of England. Yes, that King Henry, who was chopping off his wives' heads, he got in trouble, so he started the Church of England so he could divorce his wives. He went to go tax the lords and ladies of England, and they went back to the Magna Carta. It is contract law that has gone in front of the United States Supreme Court on two different occasions. Both occasions, the United States Supreme Court favored the Spendthrift Trust. I have 2 pages of case law to give to you. My goal is to help as many U.S. business owners, U.S. 1099 income earners, and U.S. investors save as federal taxes just like the rich do. My name is Sally Gimmon, and I am the owner of thetrustisyou.com and a podcast called Stop Paying Capital Gains Now. Imagine, what if you could save 3 figures, 4 figures, 5 figures, or 6 figures in federal taxes every single year? Amazing. You could use this money to pay off your mortgage, to buy a new car, to help your children pay off their student loans. You could give to a charity. You could start a charity. This is your money to spend how you like. Imagine never having to worry about frivolous lawsuits again, especially if you have rental properties. What if someone tried to sue you to make as much money off of you? Those lawsuits just go away. Imagine, what if nobody knows what you have, where you have it, how much you have it, and how much you're worth. All of this is kept private. This is what the Spendthrift Trust will do for you. Now, I want to give you a little bit of information about myself. I am a real estate investor. My story starts back in October of 2018. I was working at full-time as a Medicare broker. I was living in Phoenix. My mom and dad were living in Goodyear, Arizona, about 20 miles west of Phoenix. My oldest nephew got married in Charlotte, North Carolina. My parents drove from Goodyear, Arizona to Charlotte. My mom got septic or poison of the blood along the way. I knew she was sick on Thursday. I was working as a Medicare broker. If you know anything about being a Medicare broker, the busiest time of the year is from October 5th to December 7th, my busy time. I worked until 8 o'clock the night before the wedding, Friday night, drove myself to Sky Harbor Airport, flew out to Charlotte on a red-eye. My nephew picked me up, family tradition. We went to IHOP for breakfast, and then we went to go see my mom in the hospital. We walked in, and the priest was giving my mom last rites. I did not know she was that sick. Just to let you know, she had septic blood. She was on the ventilator for 13 months, in a hospital for 15 months. She got better and came home, thank God. Later that afternoon, I went to a fantastic wedding, had a ton of fun. The Sunday after the wedding, we had a big lunch, went back to see my mom. I had to fly back Sunday afternoon because I had to be at work at 6 o'clock a.m. Phoenix time because I was working Michigan hours. Well, my dad stayed in Charlotte with my mom for 9 months while she got stronger until she could come back to the Phoenix area. They hadn't been planning to be gone for more than 2 weeks. He didn't have his checkbook. He didn't stop the mail, everything else. So once a week, I was going out to their house in Goodyear to do the mail. In December of 2018, a letter that was 27 pages thick from a Medicare statement was my mom's first month in the hospital on a ventilator. When I opened up the 27 pages, they were folded in half. It was $72,000. Now, my father was a retired military officer. They had TRICARE for life. My mom was getting the best care possible. I wasn't worried about her. I'm standing in my mom and dad's kitchen, and I know I have 2 car payments. My brand new car that I bought in October, driving to work 7:30 in the morning on Indian School Road, a big east-west road in Phoenix. I was the second car through on a green light when some idiot with no insurance ran the red light and T-boned my brand new Hyundai 360ZX. Love that car. No gap insurance. All of a sudden, I got 2 car payments. I got a mortgage. I got student loan debt. I got credit card debt. I'm $184,000 in debt. In my mom and dad's kitchen, right then and there, I called my friend Glenn, who had invited me to a real estate meeting back in August of 2018, and I said, Glenn, I need to put things on hold. It's busy time for me. Glenn picks up the phone, and I said, Glenn, I need to change my life. And he goes like, Sally, next Saturday, we're having a Christmas potluck. Get a $5 gift and bring some food and meet all my friends who are real estate investors. I don't know about y'all, but walking to a party where you don't know anybody, scary, but I did it. Best decision of my life. In 2019, still working full-time as a Medicare broker, I wholesaled 7 properties nationwide. Way to go, Sally. I paid off my debt. I'm a rock star in my real estate group. Everyone thinks I'm fantastic. I'm on cloud 9. Everything's going great. Well, then my CPA calls me. He says, can you come to my office here in Scottsdale? Make an appointment at 3 o'clock to talk about my 2019 taxes. Drive out, park my car in the parking garage, go up to meet him, and he goes, Sally, because you are working full-time and because you wholesaled, your tax rate went from 22% up to 24%, and you owe the federal government $79,000 in short-term capital gains. My stomach dropped to my feet. I kept it together. He got me on a payment plan. We're going to pay off the $79,000 in 12 months, a monthly payment plan. Shook his hand, walked out, got my parking pass validated, went down to the parking garage, and I cried for 20 minutes. I don't know about y'all, but fixing wholesaling, it's feast or famine. I'm driving back to Phoenix at sunset in rush hour traffic, tears running down my face. Get back to my house. My boyfriend had made dinner for me. Tell him the story. The 2 of us are just staring at each other across the table. He's like, we got to figure out what we're going to do. So, go to bed that night. My mom's from Ireland. My great aunt Kitty in Ireland, who has 10 kids and I don't know how many grandchildren. I've got second cousins all over the place. Her comment always was, if you have a problem, sleep on it. One of the best books out there is a book by Dr. Joseph Murphy called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Love that book. Go to bed. 5 o'clock the next morning, I wake up going, where is this book? In my real estate group, Garrett Gunderson is an instructor. He wrote a book called What the Rockefellers Do. I had a paperback copy of that book, and it talks about the Rockefellers Spendthrift Trust. The Rockefellers call the trust the office. It's been in existence for 7 generations, and there are 400 people under the same EIN number. If the Rockefellers can do this, why can't Sally do this? I used that book to research every single person I knew to find out about the Spendthrift Trust. I found the private law firm that has the copyright on this trust for the past 73 years, the Benson Financial Trust. It's never been audited. It was examined by a senior IRS agent 8 years ago. He spent about 3 hours looking over everything, and he signed off on it. This trust, I started both my business trust and my beneficial trust in September of 2020. Best decision of my life. Now, just to tell you about the trusts, there are 2 different trusts. You can have one or the other, or you could be like me and have 2. There's also a few other trusts that I will discuss really quickly, but most people don't need this. The business trust is for U.S. business owners and 1099 income earners. You will save at least 90% on your federal income taxes every single year. And if you're in one of the 43 states that have state income tax or personal taxes, you too can save that if you get everything in the trust. Just to give you an example, some of my clients who are saving massive amount of money. a real estate agent here in the Charlotte area. She sold a house on August 31st, and she saved $5,022 in federal income taxes. That's her money to do whatever she wants with that. She won't have to pay that on her. She sold it August 31st. She won't have to pay that April 15th of 2024. Her money. A business coach who does both group coaching and individual coaching. We're going to save him $58,726 if he doesn't grow his business anymore. That's his money. Year after year, generation after generation. I'm not wearing earrings today. I have to apologize. But one of my clients is a 23-year-old Etsy store owner who resells earrings. She's 23 years old. She's going to be saving $17,338. She saved $17,338 in 2023 taxes. Think of this. In 10 years, if she doesn't even grow her store, just keeps doing what she's doing, she will save $173,000 of her money. Think of the house she could buy. Think of the cars she can drive. Think of the vacations she can take. This is her money. Again, for if you're a U.S. business owner or a 1099 income earner, you will save at least 90% on your federal income taxes year after year, generation after generation. In 2022, I run 3 online businesses and I saved 92% of my federal taxes. Yes, I paid 8%. I'm okay with paying 8%. I appreciate paying 8%. I'll pay what I need to pay. So that's for the business trust. If you would like to find out more about this, I'm asking you to please schedule a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me on Zoom. I will take you out to a NerdWallet. It's a free site. We will go over your tax bracket. There are 7 different tax brackets from 10% to 37%, depending on how much money you make. We'll discuss that. Well, I'll show you how much you'll be saving at 90%. We'll discuss what if your significant other makes W-2 income? How you can lower your taxes. When you come to the meeting, I will send you 3 articles from Forbes magazine that talks about the Spendthrift Trust, 2 pages of case law. I will send you as much information as you want about this. Now, I do want to say how this trust is going to save you in 4 very important ways. I don't care which trust you get. You get the business trust, the beneficial trust, the senior trust, the real estate syndication trust. You're going to save these 4 taxes. You're going to save certain federal taxes year after year, generation after generation. You're going to keep your information private. Unfortunately, your LLC or your S Corp does not do this. I can go online to the Secretary of State of your state or to the Corporation Commission and research your LLC. There's a reason why 40% of all LLCs get sued every year, because people can find out the information. Talking about being sued. Number 3, with this trust, the old adage from Nelson Rockefeller, own nothing, control everything. Everything's in the trust. They can't sue the trust. So if they try to sue me, the individual, I'm worth nothing, and it's a frivolous lawsuit. Adios, lawsuit. It goes away. And number 4, if you're not aware of the 2024 Corporate Transparency Act from the Treasury Department, this is some serious information. If you do not do you don't have to do the paperwork if you have any of the Spendthrift Trusts. If you don't do the 2024 Corporate Transparency Act for the Treasury Department, do you realize you will be fined $10,000 and or 2 years in jail? Again, $10,000 and or 2 years in jail. Yikes. Going to jail with murderers and drug traffickers, and you're like, I didn't fill out paperwork for the Treasury Department? Oops. That's going to be kind of funny. I'm sorry, I'm upstairs because people are downstairs watching TV right now, so I have to apologize. So that's the business trust. The beneficial trust is for all U.S. investors. I don't care what kind of investor you are. If you are a crypto investor, you're a passive investor, you're a real estate investor, you are in the stock market, you're a day trader, you're a commodities trader, a futures trader, you're doing forex trading. Forex traders, you get taxed twice, interest income and dividend income. Options traders, you get taxed 40% on your profits for a year or less, or 60% on your profits for a year or more. Yikes. If you have royalties, maybe you have oil wells or mineral rights, maybe you're in the NFT world, maybe you're an actor, maybe you're an author, or you have copyrights or patents or anything like that. With the beneficial trust, you will no longer pay the following taxes: short-term or long-term capital gains. on your profits. Short term is a year or less. So if you fix and flip, if you wholesale, you do tax liens, whatever you do. Or long term, which is a year or more, it's at 15% or 20%. You will no longer pay interest income. If you're a passive investor, you're doing creative financing, you're doing seller financing, you're doing subject to, the BRRRR strategy. I personally have notes where I am the mortgage on the house and people pay me their money. I have the paper on the house. I don't own the house. Dividend income. You're in the stock market. You're doing dividend investing. You're a day trader. You're doing commodities and commodities trading. You're doing futures trading. You're doing stock options trading. Again, options trading, you get taxed quite a bit. You rental income. Maybe you got short term like Airbnb, Vrbo, vacation rentals, or traveling nurses. Maybe you've got 10 doors, 20 doors, an apartment building, multifamily, commercial property. Besides saving, yes, you can take depreciation and cost averaging if you want, but you are going to keep your information private, and you will not have to worry about being sued if someone trips and falls. You'll keep a little bit of insurance on the property, but they can't put a lien against you. Amazing thing. And then finally, royalty income. Royalty income is if you are an actor, an actress, a songwriter, a playwright, an author, you've got patents, you've got copyrighted information, you're in the NFT world, if you've got mineral rights, you're going to save royalty income. With the Spendthrift Trust, I have had my trust for more than 3 years now, and I can legally say I have saved over 6 figures with both the business and the beneficial Spendthrift Trust. Real quick, I will discuss the other 3 trusts real quick. The Senior Trust is for people who are over 65 making too much money that affects their Part B. Part A is their hospital stay. Part B is their doctors and tests. This is IRMA. If you're making too much money, the Senior Trust will save you from that. The Real Estate Syndication Trust. If you are a real estate syndicator, you become your own bank and you can save thousands of dollars in taxes. I've got stories for you on that. And then there's a Charitable Trust if you are a nonprofit. Again, I'm inviting anyone who would like to find out more to set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me at www.thetrustisyou.com/scheduling. Every Monday night, I do go live at 8 p.m. East Coast time on Zoom. That's www.thetrustisyou.com/Q&A for question and answer. And then the second Tuesday of every month, I do a major presentation where I switch out my clients saying, hey, here's other clients, and open it up for question and answering there too. That's going to be February 13th. That's www.thetrustisyou.com/save. If you go out to my website, www.thetrustisyou.com, there's a free video. You can watch it on your cell phone. You can watch it on your computer. My goal is to teach as many U.S. business owners, U.S. 1099 income earners, and U.S. investors what the Spendthrift Trust is, and then see if it's appropriate for them. I want to help as many people. I'm saving money. Very rich people are saving money. Presidents and Rockefellers, the DuPonts, O.J. Simpson, they can save money. You should be able to save money too. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful weekend and take care. Bye-bye. You should be able to save money too. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful weekend and take care. Bye-bye.